session for grammar lesson for English from home. I hope you are having an awesome week. I hope that everybody is keeping themselves safe. And I'm really glad that you guys are here. As we already know, we are starting a new course. This is especially for a beginners session, but I'm really happy that you guys are here. Okay, so we're going to start today's grammar lesson with a brain teaser. So let's go to the brain teaser, please. So the brain teaser is actually very easy. Remember, how do we write the answers? You have to write the answers in the chat box. And the brain teaser is as follows. So which shadow corresponds to the image on the left? Okay. What shadow corresponds to the image on the left? Which one do you think is the shadow? We have 4 different options, okay? Remember, you can type it in the chat. Okay, you can type it in the chat box and I'm going to be reading the answer. Don't forget, you have to write either A, B, C, or D in the chat box. In the meantime, I'm going to say hi to all of you guys. Danny, I can see that you're already there. Hi, Danny. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Jasmine. I'm really glad to see you here. Hi, Ana Laura. Hello, Davis. Hello, Carlos. Kathy, I'm glad to see you there. Hello, Maffer. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, guys. So what is the correct answer? I have 3 people already commenting on the answer, okay? So they're saying that the correct shadow is letter D. And yes, guys, that is correct. The correct answer is letter D. All right, so now get ready with your notebook, your pen or pencil, because we're going to start taking notes. We're going to start with today's grammar lesson. So today's grammar lesson is the simple past, specifically the verb to be. As we already know, in the simple present, remember in the simple present, we have the verb to be for the different pronouns, okay? But in this case, for the simple past, how are we going to use the verb to be for the simple past? So we already know that this is used to talk about a completing action in a time before, in the past, remember? In the past, okay? The time of the action can be in the recent past or the distant past. An action duration is not important. As long as it happened in the past, not now, but before, that's the past, we have to use the verb to be, okay? In this case, we are learning the simple past for the verb to be. Okay. And here we have the pronouns. So, in the simple present, the verb to be is either is or are. So what's going to happen with the simple past? The verb to be is going to be was for I, she, he, and it, and were for you, we, and they. Remember, I, she, he, and it, we are going to use was. And for you, we, and they, we're going to use were. Okay. The verb to be can be used in an affirmative way, okay? We can use it for affirmative sentences. For example, she was my teacher. Is she my teacher now? No, not anymore. This is an action from before, from the past. Therefore, we are going to use was. She was my teacher. The dog was sick. Is the dog sick now? No, that was before. In the past tense, the dog was sick. We were at school. Let's remember, on February, we were at school, but now we're not at school anymore. We are having our grammar lessons online. So we were at school. And the last example, you were a good student. Are you a good student now? In the past, you were a good student, but now it says that you're not. But I know that's not your case because you all are good students. We can also use it in the negative form. All right, so for the negative form, what do we know about the negative form? We can make it negative by simply adding the word not, okay? So we have the verb to be and the word not. For example, he was not a good person, okay? In the past, that person was not good, but now it probably is. The doctor wasn't sure, okay? Okay, the doctor wasn't sure about what? About a diagnosis, baby? Okay, and what can you see in these sentences? If we analyze those sentences, for example, wasn't, that's the contraction. That means that we can actually use contractions with the verb to be in the past and not, okay? So was plus not was not, but the contraction is going to be wasn't. Then we have we were friends. We're not friends anymore. And they weren't ready for the test. Again, we have a decontraction for were and not weren't. This is in the negative. Let's go with the questions. How are we going to write the questions using the verb to be in the past tense? Here are some examples. Was mom in the kitchen? Were you happy? Who was your brother? And where were they? All right. So for the questions, what do? We simply change the position of the verb to be, and we put the verb to be first and then the subject. Okay, let's remember. Let's go back to the first one where it says were to be. Verb to be, where we have the pronouns. I was, she was, he was, it was. And for you, we and they, which are basically the plurals, we have to use were, okay? For the first and third person, we use was. And for the second person and the plurals, we're going to use were. Okay, people, now let's read the structures. So the structures go like this. We have the structure for the affirmative, the negative, and the questions. So number one, for the affirmative sentences, we must use the subject plus was or were, depending on the person, and the complement, like the first example. She was a teacher, okay? For the negative, we have to use the subject plus was, were, and not plus the complement. For example, she wasn't a teacher or she was not a teacher. And number three, this is for the questions, okay? We have the yes or no questions. So for the yes or no questions, we have to use was and were plus the subject plus the complement, and we cannot forget the question mark, okay? So was and were plus subject plus complement and the question mark. For example, was she your teacher? All right. And we can also use the verb to be with the interrogative questions. Let's remember which ones are the interrogative questions. What, where, why, when, who, where, and whom. That's the other one. Okay, so what are we going to do in this case? For this case, we have to use first the WH word, what, where, when, why, etc., plus was and where, and then we have to add the subject, and finally the complement and the question mark. For example, what were you planning to do? That's just an example, okay? All right, so for our activity today, we are going to do a listening practice, okay? That's what I ask you, to get your notebook and your pen or your pencil. So the listening practice is very easy. This is going to be my voice, okay? So please remember, you have to write the correct answer. But first, we are going to listen. So listen carefully, okay? You're going to listen to the audio 2 times. Okay, so let's go. It was 2004. Tom was 12 years old. He lived in London with his family. They lived on a farm. He woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Then he went to the barn and milked the cows. He didn't go to school because there was no school in his village. He went up to his room and turned his computer and went online because he had his lessons online. His teacher told everything on the computer and he asked and answered all the questions on his computer. It was so strange, wasn't it? Then he played with chickens and fed them in the garden. He helped his mom and dad in the kitchen. Tom liked everything about his farm and he didn't want to leave. Okay, so we are going to listen to the audio one more time, okay? Pay close attention, pay close attention. If you need to close your eyes in order for you to focus on the audio, that's okay, you can do it. Let's listen again. We're going to listen again. So it was 2004. Tom was 12 years old. He lived in London with his family. They lived on a farm and he woke up at 9 o'clock in the mornings. Then he went to the barn and milked the cows. He didn't go to school because there was no school in his village. He went up to his room and turned his computer and went online because he had his lessons online. His teacher told everything on the computer and he asked and answered all the questions on his computer. It was so strange, wasn't it? Then he played with chickens and fed them in the garden. He helped his mom and dad in the kitchen. Tom liked everything about his farm and he didn't want to leave. Okay, guys, so now we're going to start with the activity, okay? The activity is very, very simple. You have to remember to choose either number 1, 2, or 3 for the correct answer. I'm going to read the questions, okay? Anybody can answer. Anybody can answer. So let's go with the first one. How old was Tom? Number 1, 22. If you're not sure about the answer, you have number 2, 20, or number 3, 12. Remember, you can answer writing in the chat box, okay? Let's go, let's go. Try to remember from the reading. What is the correct answer? Okay, hi Sharon, I didn't see you there. Hi Giovanni, I didn't see you there before. Luis, I am glad that you are paying attention to today's classes. Efrain, hello. Hi Javier, thank you for being here with us. Remember guys, you have to choose the correct answer. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Number 1, 22. Who knows? Is it number 2, 20? Or is it number 3, 12? Let's go. Let's write the answers. Remember that I'm reading the chat so I can see everything or everything that you write in there. Anything that you type in there, I'm going to read it for you guys. Okay, so we already have an answer. We already have an answer, okay? Luis says that the correct answer is number 3. Can we check if that is the correct answer? Efrain says number 3. So let's check the answer, please. What is the answer? That's correct, guys. That's correct. So the answer is number 3. Tom was 12 years old. That's correct. Okay, so let's continue with the next question. Remember guys, anybody can answer, okay? So I really appreciate your participation in this activity. All right, so the next question is, where was the farm? And we have 3 different places, okay? So from number 1 says London. The Beatles are from London. Number 2, Paris. Who wouldn't love to go to the Eiffel Tower, right? And number 3, Spain, okay? A lot of soccer teams from Spain, very famous. But we have to write the correct answer. Remember to type it in, okay? You can type it in the chat box. What's the correct answer? 1, London, 2, Paris, or 3, Spain. Let's go, guys. Try to remember from the audio. Where was the farm located? Sharon, I need you to type in because I only read that you said hi, but I need you to participate. The same for Carla and Jasmine and everybody else who's there. Mitzi already participated. I need everybody else participating. All right, so we're going to read the answer from Danny. Danny says that the correct answer is number 1. Let's check if number 1 is the correct answer, please. Okay, let's see. So the correct answer is number 1, Danny, you're right. The farm was in London. All right, let's continue with number 3. So this is the question. Did Tom go to school? That's a very interesting question. Did he used to go to school? So number 1, yes. Okay, if you're completely sure, you have to answer number 1 in the chat box. Number 2 says maybe you don't remember. So if you're not sure, you can write number 2. And if you're definitely sure that he didn't go to school, you have to type in number 3. Okay, so let's try to remember. So Efrain says that yes, he did go to school. Let's check if that is the correct answer, please. Number 1, let's check. No, Efrain, that's not correct. He didn't go to school. Let's see. Luis says number 3. So let's check if number 3 is correct. Jasmine says number 3. Carla says number 3. Okay. That's correct. Tom didn't go to school. So next question. Who did Tom used to play with? Question number 3. Who did Tom used to play with? Okay. Did he used to play with dogs? That's for number 1. If you think or if you remember that he used to play with dogs, that's number 1. Typing number 1. Did he used to play with chickens? Okay. I only like my chicken when it's fried. And number 3, did he used to play with cats? What's the correct answer for this one? Remember, number 1, dogs. Number 3, chickens. Or number 3, cats. So what's the correct answer? Okay, Efrain is participating a lot today. He says that the correct answer is number 1. Can we check if that is the correct answer, please? No, that's not the correct answer. Okay, Jasmine, yes, you are correct. The correct answer is number 2, chickens. He used to play with chickens. Okay, next question, please. Tom wanted to leave the farm. He wanted to leave the farm. Number 1, is that true? Number 2, maybe. If you're not sure with the answer, you can choose number 2, okay? Or number 3, false. So, what is the correct answer here? 1, 2, or 3? Hi, Ligia. I didn't say hi to you. I hope you're having a nice day today. Hello, Davis. Okay, so they are saying, Davis says number 2. Maybe. That means that you're not sure. So let's check if number 2 is correct. Let's check if that is the correct answer. No, Davis, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The correct answer for this one was false. Okay, guys. So those were all the questions for this activity. I really hope you are enjoying this class, and I hope you're having some time, okay? Remember to learn. Don't forget to learn, to continue practicing your English, and I wish you guys good luck with the homeworks. Right now, if you want to say anything, you can type it in the chat box, and I'm going to be reading the chat box, okay? If you have something important to say, we can read it, but in the meantime, I want to continue saying hi to everybody who's there. I want to encourage you to continue learning English. Don't feel bad about maybe there are some things that you are not right about it or something that you didn't understand. Remember that you can text me and I will gladly help you, okay? So some of the people that we had participating on the chat was Jasmine, Maffer, Sharon, Davis was also there. Danny, Ligia, I'm really glad to see you there. Luis Angel was here very early. And everybody else who is on the chat, Mitzi. And remember, the best thing is that we can work as a team. And if you have any questions and your teacher is not available for you to answer the questions, you can also ask those questions to your classmates, okay? So thank you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time for being with us today during the class. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. Remember to continue checking the platform for everything that I am uploading there. Don't forget to do your assignments and your homeworks. And I hope you have an awesome week. See you until the next one. Bye.